The BBC has reported 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes will be released in the Florida Keys. I live in Florida, by the way, so this is what I have to look forward to. What could possibly go wrong, right? So there's that, by the way. And then, of course, the United States approving drilling in the Arctic refuge. So I have also seen this movie as well.
So we're talking about two scenarios for world extinction, either death by genetically engineered mosquitoes or death by bacteria coming out of the Arctic thaw. Is that correct?
Right. So if you remember,
we have a breaking story. 400 people have died. At least 10,000 are infected.
Has survived beneath the ice for thousands of years.
We discovered something.
Looks like eggs of some kind.
Waiting for someplace warm.
You will know the need to sacrifice. You will know
The time is now.
So I think it would be helpful, frankly, if the administration had someone who perhaps was like a sci-fi B-movie expert, because they would have seen this film and they would realize that once you unleash the parasites, they will find their way, right? And then the genetically modified mosquitoes, if you saw mimic, that's the other.
Sometimes an insect will evolve to mimic its predator. A fly can look like a spider. A caterpillar can look like a snake. The Judas evolved to mimic its predator. Us.
You know, well, okay, fine. It wasn't Florida. It was New York. And we know that New York and Florida hate each other. But still, maybe they could find a way to work together on this one, because when you genetically modify living things,
and maybe we could even talk about the fact that, like the pandemic that we're living through now, New York went through mimic first, Florida learned nothing, and still went through the thaw. Can we say that, maybe?
Yes.
Make that analogy?
That is a good analogy. And then, you know, they even had, because there's always like the poor person of color who bites the dust. There always has to be. So both mimic with Charles Dutton, right?
He makes it very far into the movie.
Charles Dutton, and the thaw had its, I don't know, it's young, virile black guy, but it did not help him, right? Got the parasites on his arm. They cut off his arm, and it still managed, the parasites still managed to get
inside. If you got to take one, I guess the bigger bugs and the smaller bugs flying out of a larger area. So which are you taking?
Oh, I would for sure take the Florida mosquitoes. Just like for sure I would take mimic over the thaw.
Yeah, the bigger bugs, you can use conventional, like things that make me more comfortable, like shotguns, explosives, things like that. When you're dealing with the little bugs, you're SOL, right?
I just feel like there's a way out. I mean, once the permafrost melts, there's no way out.
We're done.
Yeah, it goes into the water, and all of a sudden you have cabin fever, you have the crazies, you have every single apocalyptic movie coming together.
I like that. So the thaw actually leads to much worse things.
Yeah, it's
whereas mimic is just mimic. That's it. All right, which feels a lot like our election coming up.
So we're choosing between the mimic, between mimic and the thaw, and I would absolutely positively choose mimic, which in today's version is the 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes that they have unleashed into the Florida Keys. What could possibly go wrong?
Nice, and it's reported by the Brits, so you can believe it.
Yeah, I just feel like, why would the Brits lie to us? Art imitates life, life imitates horror. Yeah.
Nice.
That's where we are, 2020.
Thank you. Good luck.